b2k all day.
Alright, so in this video, I'm going to show you how to remove the blue protective layer on the tires. I know this one kind of doesn't have it like hella blue, but I did it yesterday and I thought, man, maybe I should show people because some people probably don't know, and probably ruin their tires up, And the most important thing, no matter what you do, use water, dish, soap, Dawn, whatever, you know what I mean? Use Windex or whatever, you know what I mean? Glass cleaner. So the most important thing is you use the blue scrubby pad, and you want it to get all messed up because you want it to be soft, because these are the ones that don't scratch. That's the most important thing. And when you go to clean it, you just do it real easy. You know what I'm saying? You notice I'm not digging in. There's no, I'm just real easy. And you just want to real easy scrub on that. And then obviously the first thing is to get the tire wet. And first and foremost, you have to have the right chemicals. And what I got, I got a couple of things from the dollar store, Dollar Tree, shout out, but I just got this one, the blue scrubby, and then I got this right here. It's called the Driver's Choice. And you know what is kind of cool is that if you think about it, the dollar store, they actually don't have a lot of overhead on, you know what I'm saying? When they put this in this can, it has to work. Otherwise, they're gonna waste what little bit of profit they're gonna make. So, some people talk about Armor All or whatever. They drop a nice fancy name, and I will do that a little tiny bit because when it's all said and done, and you want that clean, shiny tire look, you got to use this stuff, which is a 303 protectant. And I've been using this stuff for a little while, on my motorcycle, white walls, where it's the fat white wall. And it seems to be doing a pretty decent job, But another trick that I learned, though I have never actually tried it, and I could imagine that, is to use Coca-Cola, regular soda, And the reason for that is it forms like a protective layer over the tire and makes it all shiny. But I would imagine that when they came out with that was back in the custom car days. And when it was the original formula for Coke. So probably something to do with the type of sugar or whatever. I don't know, but that's what I've heard. But I'm gonna use this right here. Some of this stuff right here. This stuff works pretty decent too. But these are probably you could probably get some generic, because all this is carnauba wax or whatever. That's all that really, they'll cut it with other stuff and put a scent in there, whatever, But as far as to protect the actual rubber, this is the only stuff that I have found that actually seems to work. I haven't, like I said, I haven't been using it for years. I don't know, people in the Corvette community use it a lot, and that's where I got it from. And you see those old men with the Corvettes, they probably know something, that I didn't know. So that's the first thing I'm gonna do, is just spray down. And the main thing to remember is that you're letting the chemicals do the scrubbing for you. Because if you try to just get in there and with the green scrubby or with some steel wool, you're gonna end up scratching your chrome, and you're gonna scratch the rubber. And I'm sure there's some kind of treatment that they put on the rubber. They probably put something. You can't just have straight rubber in the atmosphere. These are I forget what it's called. I want to say annealed, but that's for steel. It's for metal. It's I think like vulcanized or whatever. And you don't want to scrub that off, because I have done that. I have made this mistake, There's a reason why I'm making a video, because I'm damn, I messed up that many times, maybe the other people are messing up, And so here we go. We just kind of real light scrub. You know, real easy with it. Easy does it. And remember, the longer that it takes you to do it, the better your results will be. Because you could try to, like, you know, get it off in one little go, and you're just gonna end up ruining the stuff, you know. And these wheels, the two 87 Mazda b2000 that I'm like resto modding, and I really don't want to have to buy some new wheels or ruin it, because like I'm also into like photography. You know, I want to say I'm like a photographer, but I haven't really had too many clients, like, at all, any really. So, but anyways, and so I wanted to, like, you know what I mean, like, be real shiny for when I take my pictures, you know. And I always do pictures at the end of my like videos, and but you can see like it's getting more and more wider, but just real gentle scrubbing, you know. And that's the key. Like, you know, you might be at home, you might be like, well, I got these green ones. I'm telling you, those are not the ones to use. So do not use those. You will ruin whatever you're like scrubbing. You know, those are for like pots and pans. That's not for like, you know, chrome and whatnot. That's like if you don't get anything else out of this video, get this. Like, just use the blue. And I don't know, like, when I bought this one, it said non-scratch on the package. So I don't know if that's just like a, you know, industry color coding or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But you know, make sure. I don't want you to go buy like a blue one and then, oh, I messed up, you know, your like vintage wheels or whatever, and you get mad at me or whatever. But just make sure it says anti-scratch, and just like I said, go, you know, real easy. You know, easy does it. Cause I have ruined probably like 10 sets of like white wall tires in my day, scrubbing it with the wrong thing, you know, like especially on like bicycles and stuff. It's so thin, you know. But it's pretty much all I'm doing. And then, you know, I want to hit it with, you know, just to like wipe it down, see with the paper towel, just see where I'm at, you know. It's already starting to shine up pretty good. I mean, these weren't too bad to begin with. I mean, you can see some pitting and stuff, and I'll probably do like another video where I'm like actually polishing the wheel. But right now we're really just trying to clean it and get it to where, you know, where it's like able to actually take a polish. Like, you'll see like a slight haze on there. I don't know if you can really see it, but I can see it. And what I have found is that instead of trying to scrub, to just hit it with some more of this stuff, and just kind of let, like I said, let the chemical do the work for you. Just let it sit. You know, I'll probably smoke a cigarette, even though I don't smoke. That's not good for you. But I'm probably gonna pause this video right here and smoke me a not cigarette. I don't know. Just give me a second. The magic YouTube. Alright, so we're back, and then I got this like center cap, which I had the like original ones that I had on the truck, and they got all scratched and kind of dented a little bit. So I got these ones. These are like, you know, probably came out of a junkyard somewhere. I don't know, but they look a lot better. The actual, you know, the chrome is like in better shape. And so, you know, we let it sit for a little while, and now I'm just gonna scrub it just a little more. You know what I'm saying? Scrub. Not too much, not too hard, because what I have found working with chemicals and surfaces is that like if you let a chemical sit, like I had this thing, it was like plastic. I think it was like an air cleaner or something for my little motorized bicycle. Something with that. I can't, you know, it's been a while since I did anything with that. But I had this like acetone or something on there, and next thing I know, what I was using, it like the plastic just started to melt, and it just like the surface was just, you know, it was like melting, you know. And I don't know. I can only imagine that with metal and chrome that the same thing is happening, that it's just like eating away at the surface, whatever, you know what I mean? So, like I said, this isn't like, this is like the precursor for when I get out like the little buffing wheel and I'm gonna really polish it. But you want to give it some time between you expose it to all these chemicals and stuff, and then you like hit it again, because you know, I don't want to ruin my stuff for one, but for two, it's just better that way, you know, because I could be like scrubbing, trying to get this little spot out, and then I end up ruining it, you know. And I know I'm like repeating myself, but whatever, you know. So anyways, it's looking pretty decent now, you know. Just want to hit this like blue again, you know, clean it up just little by little, you know. And that's another thing too, is that, you know, sometimes it's like the imperfections on something, they give it character and they make it unique. I mean, I'm not saying to leave it looking ugly, but, you know, don't be like, oh, it doesn't look perfect, it doesn't look like a picture. You know, most pictures are just edited anyways, so, you know. And I don't know, that's pretty much it. I mean, as far as cleaning this up, and then the next step will be for me to dry this up. You know, I could probably try to get these little like rust spots a little bit better, a little bit, and you know, just want to really like, I don't know, maybe I'll film the entire process, but like, you know, like you'll like dry it up, and then you'll see that film on there, like, here, let's see. So I got it all dry, and you'll see that there's like a film on there, you know. And that is what I'm talking about, where you just spray the stuff on there and you let it sit and you let the chemical do the work. Because if you sit, like, especially right in there, I don't know, yeah, you kind of see it on this camera. This camera don't really focus, this is a GoPro, but you know, you just to get that film off of there, it takes like many steps. Like, you're not like, you could probably put something on there that's gonna get it off in one swipe, but then you'll end up ruining the chrome. And you know, even with that, what I have found is that some chrome, like if it's like chrome from like the 50s, back when they used everything, you know, back when like the like good lacquer, you know, real asbestos or whatever, you know, the stuff that they like, the stuff that they banned and outlawed, you know, is with chrome, like the older stuff seems to be done a little bit better, you know, than this newer stuff. Like, I could try to get some new stuff, but, you know, anyway, TLDR, it's just better to like treat what you got nicely and just do it little by little than, you know, try to get it off all at one time. Like, you know, just a little bit at a time, you know, comes off. You know, I'll probably hit this one more time with this spray on stuff. And that's pretty much it. I mean, through the magic of YouTube, I will have finished this little process, and I'll be on to actually using the polish and the 303 stuff. So give me a second. Alright, so I got it, like, it's pretty much clean, and then now all I really have left is to go get, I mean, there's still some like uglies right there, but you know what, I don't have all day or all night to be doing this. And like I said before, you want to take your time when you're polishing something up, because you could try to get it all done in one sitting and you'll just end up, you know, just like wearing it out. You know, chrome is only so thick, you know. And anyways, but I got it to about where I would like, you know. Now it's about ready to take some polish. I mean, you can see the like difference. There's that like hazy on there, you know. And what I have actually found is that when you find something that's chrome and it's like old or whatever, I mean, usually you want the older chrome, or either like old chrome, or where it'll say like triple plated, you know. And anyways, you find something that's like old chrome. Sometimes when it's all dirty, that's actually protecting the chrome. And I could only imagine this is where like all the dirt and stuff and road, you know, tar, whatever, you know, is what built up right there, and that's why it looks the most shiniest, you know. And but this will like buff out with a buffing wheel or whatever, you know. I'm gonna have to really figure out what I'm gonna use, whether I buy like a standalone wheel, you know, where it's like almost like a bench grinder, but it's like a buffing wheel, or just like a rotary tool and stuff. But I don't know. I'll have to figure that out later. But right now it's about done. You know, you can see my like reflection everywhere on there. And now it's time to throw some polish on there. And when I do the polish, you know, I'll usually just get me like a paper towel. Some people will say the blue rags because they're like, you know, lint free or whatever. But I got paper towels right now, so whatever. You know, just put a little glob on there. You know, put a nice little coat everywhere. Probably throw some on. You know, you just want to put a nice thin layer, and then, you know, you just want to just let it sit for like a second. You know, let it kind of dry. I mean, it doesn't have to be like dry all the way. Because I mean, really, this isn't really the time to polish it. Like you know, I mean, I'm polishing it, but not like proper polish where it's like you go through the grids and, you know, different settings and whatnot. But, you know, so anyways, put it on there, let it dry up. You know, and just kind of like work with it a little bit, you know. And you know, it'll like cause like what the actual carnauba wax does is it fills in the little tiny micro scratches on the metal, and that's actually what you're doing. You're just kind of like, it's kind of like when you sand some wood down. That's what you're doing with the metal. Like when you find like a little patch, you want to put some grain on there, like have like a way that you're going, and then you just kind of follow that little grain. You could do like a swirl or whatever, and you know, it'll just be nice and shiny and clean. And another thing that the carnauba wax will like do is protect the actual chrome and the metal on there. And you know, it definitely looks like a million times better than it did. And then, okay, so we got to about that point, you know what I mean? It's about dry on there, you know, dry, have real thin microscope layer. And then now the next step to really get it, because you could be like, oh, I'm done now. But the best way is to get it dry, like a straight dry paper towel. And then you hit it again. And you just want to like get all that off of there. Remove the excess from the imperfections, and that's what'll give you that final buff. You know, this is the part where you really want to put some elbow grease in there. You don't have to be like too much. I mean, you know, like I said, it's all in steps, and usually most car people, they will like, you know, every Sunday or whatever, you know, right before their cars and coffee, they'll like polish everything. But you know, it's gonna look pretty decent. I mean, you know, here's that reference point. You can see where it's like there's still a haze, but that should come up with the buffing wheel and stuff. And you know, it's like a microscopic thing. You know, right now I'm really just looking for that like bling factor when I take pictures of my truck. You know, because you know, my truck is not a show truck. I don't think it ever will be. Maybe one day I want to have it where it's like a show truck and I just drive it. But right now I'm like, I don't have it like that, you know. Eventually I will, you know. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, just let me give me a second. And oh yeah, and then okay, yeah, I almost forgot, man. Look at me. I'm trying to hurry. Thinking this video, you know, like that's another thing. I think in my mind, my natural inclination is that, oh, you know, it's just wipe it down and that's it, and there's no real content. But there really is like a method to this. And okay, so what I do now is I will spray the tire with this stuff, the 303 stuff, and it's all right if it gets on the chrome, whatever, because it will just like add like another layer of protection, and it, you know, like essentially to act like another polish. And so now, you know, you want to let it sit for a second and then just like wipe it off, you know, and this will actually give you that wet look without hurting your tire, because apparently it like impregnates the rubber on a molecular level, you know, and you know, it just makes it give it that wet look. But it's not even like, just because I know some products they'll use like silicone, and that's usually what's on like the Armor All stuff, is like you're just pretty much just slapping on like a clear coat of like some kind of silicone, and that's not really the best thing that you want, because that it doesn't protect from like the UV rays, you know, the thing that actually degrades rubber. And you can just see, you know, gives it a nice sheen. You know, like I said, it's not gonna be perfect because, well, I don't have all night, you know, I got other stuff that I gotta be doing. And you know, slow and steady does it, you know. And then plus it's like you have to think you're doing 4 of them. Like I did 2 last night, and that took me like 2 hours. So if I really sat here and got 1 all perfect, and then I ran out of time, it's like, damn, you know, what did I do that for? You know, I was to make it all even, you know. And you know, just wanna, you know, like most people, it's like, it's kind of like when you clean with like Windex or like window cleaner or whatever, you know, the blue stuff, like ammonia, is that some people will think you just spray, you know, wipe it off, clean it, and then that's it, you wipe it off wet. But really, in the details to get it really clean, you want to clean off, you want to wipe it down dry. That's, you know, I cannot stress how many times I have seen that, because I used to help my mom do house cleaning, is that, you know, we go in there to clean the mirror or whatever, and it's like, there's like a thin film on there, you know, and you want to get that off of there, and all it would really take to make it look clean, like no amount of chemical is going to make it look clean, as if when you just like wipe it off dry. And I can even look now, like I still see some imperfections and stuff, but even now, all that polish and everything, it's starting to, it feels better, you know, and it looks better, and it'll really reflect the light like I'm trying to get it to, you know. And I'm pretty happy that it's actually cleaned up pretty good, because I would hate to have to buy some new rims. And then, you know, the shipping is, I mean these are probably cheap at the junkyard, but the shipping. And then what I found with this 303 stuff, to really get it the best, is to kind of leave like, okay, so I did it one time, good, you know, I got this real good. And then is to just spray the paper towel one time, you know, not one time, but like just spray it, whatever, towel, you know, and then just wipe it on there and just leave it on there, kind of wet on the rubber. And that will, like, not only will give you like that extra layer of shine, but it will actually just like you almost kind of want it to like dry on the tire. Like, I don't know, it's kind of hard to explain. I mean, I don't know, I assume you could really see how like, you know, shiny it is. You know, trying to move this light. But anyways, you know, you just kind of want to like spray some on the rag, you know, just a little bit, and just put it straight on the tire and just leave it. And it just leaves like a minor layer of film on there, you know. And that is what will give you that good wet look. And without, you know, the silicone and all the stuff that they use on there that, man, it looks good right after you do it, but you wait like a week and it looks awful, you know. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this video is probably gonna be like a half an hour, but oh well. I mean, when you do something the right way, it'll take time, and when you follow these steps, you're not gonna ruin your rims up. Cause like, that's one thing that I really like about this truck is that it's an 87, but it uses a lot of technology like from like the 60s. Like the form that I spend probably the most time on is not really the Mazda forms, but it's actually this one form called the Ham, which stands for Hokey Ass Member Board. And those cars are all like, they're like strictly hot rods and all the stuff like how to like, you know, bend these out. And I'll even show you here in a second to get it to fit, and like, you know, how to polish the chrome, what to do with the white wall. You know, it's just like old school hot rod techniques that apply to this truck, because it has like a hemispherical head. It's push rod. It's not push rod, but it's like it's an overhead camshaft, and there's like rocker arms and stuff. It's pretty much like a half of like a Hemi engine, and it's just really cool. You know how all the stuff that applies to like the hot rod applies to this truck. You know, especially with the like suspension and stuff. But anyway, that's enough about that. I'm over here fanboying about him. But yeah, that's pretty much it as far as getting it to look that clean, shiny. And then here I'm going to do this center cap real quick with the 303 stuff, because I really don't want this sticker to look all bad, you know. I wanted to have that pop, you know, that wow factor of like, you know, like, damn, you know, you see it going down the road and you see the little reflections like on the ground and stuff. But, and then, well, just give me 1 second. Well, okay, so when I put this on here, all I did is I just lined it up with the 2 bolt holes right here, you know, because I like it to be even. But not only that, but if you look on the back of here, there's tabs on the hub. And if you're familiar with Mazdas, you'll know that those tabs are the tabs that people usually grind away to fit Chevy or like Toyota, you know, like aluminum wheels on there, like the 18s or 20s or whatever. But for these, you have to actually have them on the opposite side, because there's 4 of them. You know, I'll show you like right before I mount this on there. But you know, when you put it on here, just put it like that, and then just give me a second. I'm gonna, well, I guess I could. I'm prepared on this mirror. But when I got these to fit on there better, I just took a pair of needle nose and bend this tab out. So pretty good, because it's gonna bend back in when you put it on there. You know, you just want to bend it out, you know, and then bend it out pretty decent, and not too much. You know, you don't want to wiggle it around or get hot and probably break off. And then for extra measure, I took my trusty ball peen hammer. You know, I love this thing. There's nothing in life you cannot fix with you know, with a hammer, you know. And I just kind of like, I'm doing it right here, but whatever, like just kind of smack it down a couple of times. It don't have to be very hard. You're just trying to get it to move out just a little bit. And like I said, easy does it. Like, you want to do just a tiny bit at a time. I don't know if it sounds like it's all like I'm beating the hell out of this, but really that's the beauty of a ball peen hammer, is it's kind of like a precision hammer. You know, you just kind of hit it just a little bit at a time. It'll bend out just a little bit, and you know, okay, so now got it lined up with the 2 holes, and then if I can get this on. It's all super. Yeah, and that's about even enough, but it's like on there good. You know, I'm almost able to move the tire with it, you know, the whole thing. So, and then, give me 1 second. All right, and now if you see, it's very shiny. It was very nice. Very happy with how it came out. And, you know, yeah. And then I'm going to mount it up and probably do the other wheel now. And, yeah. Thank you for watching. I don't know, like, I guess I could just show you, but just remember on the back of here, there's the 4 tabs that if you go to put it on and you put it like right on top of the 4 tabs on the truck, on the hub, these will just pop right off. Like, I was kind of frustrated. I was like, man, you know, what the hell? But, you know, whatever. Like, I figured that out. So thank you for watching, and like and subscribe. And let me know in the comments, you know, if you don't like my little backyard videos or whatever, you know. Because I know some people, I don't know what they expect. Like, how am I supposed to, what is it supposed to be, like a Hollywood production? I mean, whatever, you know. But thank you for watching.